Hola mi gente, Adrianna Cuevas here, and I am going to show you how to make cinnamon roll intestines as part of the No-Brainers Guide to Decomposition. Now this is a really simple recipe because all you need for it are some canned cinnamon rolls. And so I got 2 cans of these, and then you just need a 9x13 pan. So I'm going to show you how to make these, and while I show you, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my inspiration for writing this book. So first thing you're going to do is open up your cinnamon rolls and try not to get scared. I don't know if any of you are like me, where when you open up like canned biscuits and stuff, you're afraid it's going to suddenly explode. That's always exciting. So here we go. So when I was thinking about writing this book takes place on a forensic anthropology facility, better known as a body farm. And where I live in Central Texas, I live near one of those. So take your cinnamon roll, we're gonna pause a sec, and you are going to unroll it and arrange it in your pan, just kind of however you want. Remember, you're wanting this to look like intestines. So just kind of, curl it up, any kind of arrangement that you want. But you're gonna take each cinnamon roll, unroll it, and then arrange it in the pan in just kind of any shape that you want. So where I live just north of San Marcos, Texas, where Texas State University is located. Texas State University has the United States' largest forensic anthropology facility. Not the first. The first is located at the University of Tennessee. But they have, Texas State has the largest. And so I got to thinking, that's a pretty cool place, because a forensic anthropology facility is a place where they take cadavers and they bury them out in a field to study their decomposition. And sometimes they don't bury them. Sometimes they just lay them on top of the ground. And they do this because different scientists, different law enforcement, they need data, they need statistics to learn what happens to our bodies after we die, to determine, if the police come across a body, they need to determine, well, how long have they been dead, things like that. And well, they needed data to determine that. And so that's why, the work that these facilities do is really important. And so I got to interview one of the professors that runs this facility, Dr. Danny Westcott. He's at Texas State. And it was really fascinating to, hear all of the research that he does. It was very funny to get to ask him all my questions, particularly when I started asking him, what would you do if one of the bodies disappeared? And so it was really cool. And because I like that kind of science, it doesn't bother me to learn about, what happens to us. I don't really think it's gross at all. I think it's fascinating. I think it's interesting. And so that's one of the inspirations for this book. There's a lot of science in it. You will get to learn a lot of the things that I did, because not only did I interview the professors that work at Texas State, but I also read a lot of books from people who do work in forensic anthropology and study that kind of thing. And so that's what goes into writing a book. You have to do a lot of research, and I did a lot of research for this book. The other big part of this book isn't just forensic anthropology. It has to do with our main character, Franny, and the fact that she has ADHD, because I also have ADHD. And this is the first time that I've written a main character who also has ADHD. And I think this is the first time I've done it because I talk a lot about having ADHD when I do school visits. And I had a student one time ask me, why haven't you written a character yet that's like you, that also has ADHD? And I kind of wondered, why I hadn't yet. And I thought this was a really cool book, a cool story to present this character for the first time, because Franny's solving a mystery of these cadavers coming to life on the body farm, but she's also learning to accept how her brain works. And so I think it was a cool way to pair these two things together. So we have our intestines all arranged in our pan. So we're gonna bake these. My cinnamon rolls are supposed to bake at 350 degrees for about like 18 minutes. You'll wanna go by whatever your cinnamon rolls say. And then once these are baked, we will go on to our next step. Okay, we have our intestines out of the oven. And as you can see, they're all puffed up and intestine-y looking. So you are ready for the final step. Now what you're gonna do is you take the icing that came with your cinnamon rolls, and I've taken it out, put it in a bowl. You wanna get some red food coloring and you add it to the icing. And you want it to be pretty red, because remember, these are intestines. And you mix it up. Now, as I was saying, I was really excited to write this book because I'm a big fan of horror, as you can tell with my enthusiasm making intestines. So I had a lot of fun. I will admit, yes, this book is a bit on the gross side, but it was really fun to write. I really had fun with Franny and Benji and their adventures on the body farm. And so I think y'all will like it too. It was really cool to write. I did have a lot of fun incorporating all of the elements of the forensic anthropology facility and all the science of it as well. So we have our red icing now, and all you're gonna do is just put it over the top of your cinnamon rolls. I will say a little tip. If you really want it to look authentic, it's best to do this when the cinnamon rolls are still a little bit warm so that it sinks down into your intestines. You'll get a better look that way. So spread your icing all over so that you can get it into all the, I don't know, coils and little spirals of your intestines. It seems odd to keep saying your intestines, but that's what you made. I had fun making these. It's a really simple recipe, like I said, that you can do. I'm gonna spin this around. You can horrify your friends with your new recipe. There are a few, I guess, foods in the book that I joke you might never eat again. Because of how they relate to bodies decomposing. One of those is Rice Krispie treats, and that is because when maggots are feeding on bodies, they make a popping sound that sounds like Rice Krispies. And then there's another food that Benji says he'll never eat again because it reminds him of lunch meat being sliced into. I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, I had fun kind of going overboard with my descriptions in this book. So if you are a horror fan, I think you'll really enjoy the No-Brainers Guide to Decomposition. It is a lot of fun. It does have a lot of funny moments, but yes, it is also gross. It has zombies. So you have your cinnamon roll intestines all ready to go. So enjoy your snack. Enjoy the No-Brainers Guide to Decomposition.